It's gut-wrenching. The Texas citrus crop ruined, broccoli destroyed, and lettuce disintegrated. When Winter Storm Uri hit, it brought more than sub-freezing temperatures, ice, and snow. It brought devastation, and Texas farmers and ranchers felt the chill.
I've never experienced anything like this. I mean, this wiped us out completely.
Brandon's family has grown vegetables near Uvalde for 3 generations. This area of southwest Texas is called the Winter Garden due to its normally mild winters, allowing for a salad bowl of crops to flourish. But this year, Uri ravaged those greens with an Arctic blast. Lows in the teens, days of continuous freezing temperatures, and a white blanket of snow and ice. When the ground finally began to thaw, Brandon's hopes for a bountiful harvest melted.
This is heartbreaking, I guess. I mean, to see all this that you've been living with for 70 to 90 days and then right about harvest and, you lose everything.
Texas vegetable growers across the state like Brandon were hit hard, a hit of at least $150 million. And without any kind of crop insurance available to them, there isn't much to do but plow up the pieces and hope for a next year. About 4 hours south in the Rio Grande Valley, Mike Helly raises watermelons, along with honeydews, onions, and more near Edinburgh. His melons were just breaking through the soil when Uri hit, bringing bone-chilling winds and low temperatures near 20 degrees. The young shoots simply couldn't withstand the bitter cold.
That's heartbreaking. This field was beautiful. The crop had been in the ground. It was starting to take off, and everything looked wonderful, like a picture. And then it's pretty tough to go through that. You got knots in your stomach. Just think of what happened, could have happened, or what could you have done, or we did all we could.
Mike's son, who's also named Mike, has been farming with his dad for about 8 years. It isn't the Rio Grande Valley's first freeze, but it is his. The first time he's felt the frigid bite of a frozen crop.
The first day we had about 18 hours under freezing. The next day was about 15 hours under freezing. And by Friday, when the sun came out, we could really tell the damage. So it was time to start thinking about what we needed to do to replant and start over.
The 2 Mikes are going to try again. They're able to find some watermelons to replant from Georgia, and they're hoping this time around Mother Nature isn't so bitter. Many of the workers helping them replant would normally be in the Texas citrus orchards. The main thing growing on those branches right now is uncertainty. This year's crop's ruined, and maybe next year's too.
We got down to 21 degrees for about 4 hours straight, and we spent a total of over 53 hours under freezing. The fruit doesn't like it much below 28. Trees don't typically like it below 26. That night of the freeze, I'd cut open fruit and it was ice inside. Once it ices over inside, it just turns to mush. It'll eventually start to rot inside and fall on the ground. Renders it basically useless. We're trying to salvage what we can right now for juice, but it'll all be on the ground before we could get around to get what's remaining.
Only about half of the Texas grapefruits were already harvested, and almost all of the late oranges were still on the trees. The Texas citrus crop losses will be at least $305 million, and that includes both this year's fruit and next year's, which is already growing on the trees. The extent of the damage still isn't known. Branches will probably have to be cut back. Some trees may have to be replaced. It could take up to 7 years for citrus growers to recover. Farmers like Dale are hoping customers stick with them.
I might not be on the shelf for a couple of years, but remember that you like Texas grapefruit and Texas oranges, and when we get back on the shelf, just support us.
The total loss for agriculture will be historic. Some estimate at least $600 million. And that's not just citrus and vegetables, but livestock, dairy, and horticulture as well. For one chilling week, Winter Storm Uri held the Lone Star State in an icy embrace, one that will be etched in the minds of Texas growers for years to come. But farmers and ranchers will do what farmers and ranchers always do: persevere. Moment by moment, step by step, with hope and determination that will never freeze.
Makes you sick at the stomach, but then sunshine, it's another day, you just fight another day.